Over a year after voters in Grand Rapids approved a tax to fix up city parks, residents are getting a chance to see how those tax dollars might be used.
Plans for improvement to 8 neighborhood parks, including Cherry, Fuller, Garfield, Highland, Lincoln, Roosevelt, Westtown Commons, and Wilcox Parks, will be unveiled in about a half hour at the Gerald R. Ford Academic Center on Madison Southeast.
And 24-Hour News 8's Joe LaFurgey has a preview.
A good example of what they'll be talking about is here at Highland Park, the old Caddyshack. Now, this dates back to when Highland Park was a golf course. But today, the building looks like it's outlived its usefulness. But after meeting with neighbors, the city and Friends of Grand Rapids Parks decided there was still a lot of life left in the old shack. They plan to fix it up with gathering space, restrooms, maybe a deck off the back.
Kind of imagine it being more of a plaza back here.
Tonight's open house gives residents a chance to see the results of feedback they've been giving the city and Friends of GR Parks and tweak plans for their neighborhood park.
We're really just, again, hoping to get some feedback from the community as to, are we getting this stuff right?
Passed by city voters in the fall of 2013, the park's millage is expected to generate about $4 million a year. It's a vast improvement after the city cut a huge chunk of the Parks and Recreation budget over the last decade. But even $4 million only goes so far.
An average playground investment is $75,000 to $100,000. Now, that playground needs to be built in a way that it can withstand my kids using it incorrectly for the next 20 years.
So choices have to be made. Spending has to be strategic. An example, the pool at Highland Park. Built in the early 2000s, budget cuts closed the pool just a few years later. Despite the millage, there's still not enough money to fund it. And Faber says it's not a priority among neighbors.
But there's plans to then put in a splash pad and then eventually down the line, possibly a dog park.
If you can't make it to the meeting tonight, we have some of the information being presented at woodtv.com. In Grand Rapids, Joe LaFurgey, 24 Hour News 8.